Good morning, guys. I had a great question yesterday on, I forget what story it was, but they were asking about what books and blogs I'm reading, or I suggest or recommend. And I think everybody has great recommendations for, the resources that they have available to them. I just have, I think, a perspective that comes from, or a place that comes from deep hunger for learning, knowledge, wisdom. I just really desire wisdom in my life above all things that I could be asking for. And so that's where this list comes from. Okay, here they are, book recommendations, rapid fire. Now remember, when I'm giving these recommendations, you got to be thinking about, well, what's the purpose of the recommendation? What's the purpose of reading it, right? So I could rattle off a whole list, but if you don't have an objective for what you're trying to accomplish, then I could give you something on spirituality, but you're trying to figure out how to make money. And yes, those two do go hand in hand, but maybe just when it comes to practically next steps, might need to be thinking about something different than the book recommendation I'm giving. So keep that in mind as I give these. Number one, first and foremost, is the Bible. I believe it's the inspired Word of God. It's living, just mind-blowing stuff to think about practically. Is not only do I believe it's spiritually such a transformative text, but I believe it's the living Word of God. And there are 20,000 manuscripts to validate the New Testament and the stories that are in the New Testament. The next closest among ancient texts is the Iliad. So last thing I'll say about it is, for an objective, I would be seeking out the Bible if you're looking for wisdom, if you're looking for some sort of comfort, some sort of understanding, and a deeper sense of connection to something greater than yourself. I believe that's a starting point for a lot of people. Go to the book of Proverbs, especially those of you who are maybe more intellectually inclined. I think you'll find a lot of, I would say, digestible truth in Proverbs. I can read one verse in Proverbs and chew on that for a week, a month, and come back to it a year later and still be chewing on it. So I would strongly recommend you start there. Okay, number two, if you're searching for purpose and you want to normalize challenges in life, I would highly recommend Viktor Frankl, Man's Search for Meaning. This one from a Holocaust survivor, and enough said, powerful. On the realm of spirituality, but more practical stuff for you, I would say Changes That Heal. This one's by Henry Cloud. 4 Practical Steps to a Happier, Healthier You. I've actually picked this up in the last 2-3 months. I've sent it to probably 8, 9, 10 people. I'm sending it to clients regularly. I've been digging through it myself. It's an incredibly powerful book. And if you're someone who knows that they might have distorted thinking about themselves or the world around them, i.e. everybody, but if you're aware of it, I would strongly recommend picking up that book. It's a really, really powerful book. Henry Cloud is a clinical psychologist and has amazing stories of transformation, but also just relatable things that you guys can use as kind of a launch point for narrating your own life story and change. While talking about Henry Cloud and practical things to improve your life, I would be remiss to not talk about Boundaries. Really important book. Boundaries are the most important thing we can understand when it comes to relationships, and how to have healthy boundaries is a concept that a lot of people don't even know that they need to have implemented into their life. A lot of us grow up with boundaryless parents, boundaryless friends, coaches, teachers, whatever it might be, or we've been around people who have wrong boundaries. And I think it's really important for us to actually just be introduced to that concept and how we can actually navigate our relationships in a healthier way. Last book on spirituality, because I cannot talk about it without giving this book credence, Emotionally Healthy Spirituality by Pete Scazzaro out of New York. He's a pastor, and he had his own kind of journey of realizing that his spirituality was unhealthy emotionally. And I think there's a lot of people who need to recognize that, we're seeking and learning from a lot of other people, and we're in community, and community is messy, and people are imperfect. So we got to kind of understand, well, what is healthy and right? And I think that's a book that everybody who's following Jesus really needs to dig into, especially if you're in the deeper stages of discovery. Okay, I'm going to fire off a couple really practical ones, really great books. Power of Habit, Charles Duhigg. Great book, helps you identify habit patterns. How Not to Die by Michael Greger. Great book identifying really the importance of largely plant-based diet and just the positive reversing effects of changing your diet and the importance of that. Sleep Revolution by Arianna Huffington. Look, we got to get more sleep. seriously. It's a focus of mine in my life, and for Savannah and I. It's been a focus. It's extremely hard for me, but I'm telling you, it is game-changing. And while we're talking about the 6 core pillars of basic health, or the fundamental 6 things that I teach clients to focus on as a foundation for sustainable change in their life, they are diet, sleep, exercise, active rest, reflection, and connection. While we're talking about those things, I have to give you this book. Shout out to Coach Jose for giving it to me and helping me change the way I think about exercise. The book is called How to Think About Exercise. Powerful for changing your mindset around working out. Now, this last one I think will be applicable for every single person, no matter where you're at on your journey, whether that be a deep spiritual excavation of your soul, a sort of like mental kind of rewiring. Maybe it's like a practical, how am I building wealth? A practical, how am I building a business? A practical, how am I organizing my life and eliminating distraction? The book Essentialism rounds out my top 10 for you today. I could probably give you another 15 just right off the top of my head, but that book is powerful for eliminating distraction and getting focused on what matters most in life. So I hope that helps, guys.